Yeah, definitely in the second half, we started picking it up a lot better. But I mean, I was always just adjustment for having him back. And seeing how he was playing when he wasn't out there. But like I said, he's just another piece that we added. We've been doing it all year with him in the lineup. So just to be able to get his, his condition, his breathing and everything back, and playing at the speed that we was playing with while he was up there, it helped us out a lot in the second half. And I just feel like today into the game we'll be playing at that speed.
Can the Dallas Mavericks claim a 3-2 series lead? Can Spencer Dinwiddie turn things around? And how do the Mavericks adjust after a devastating loss in game number 4? This is Inside the Mavs right here on Kevin Gray Sports. My name is Kevin Gray. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right there for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. You can catch me on your home with the Dallas Cowboys and Texas Rangers. 105.3 The Fan. The Dallas Mavericks look to take a 3-2 series lead in game number 5. Luka Doncic is going to be in the starting lineup for your Dallas Mavericks once again after making his return in game number 4, where he had 30 points and 10 rebounds, shot over 50% from the field, 40% from the three-point line. But the Mavericks were not able to hold on to a 4-point lead with 39 seconds left to get the win in Utah to go up 3-1 coming back to the American Airlines Center. They have a chance, though, to put themselves in position to possibly close out the Utah Jazz on Thursday night with a win in game number 5, and it's going to be up to the role player, specifically Spencer Dinwiddie, to turn things around in game 5 and going into the rest of the series to give the Mavericks the best opportunity to win their first series since 2011. The Dallas Mavericks have put themselves in position that if you would have told me going into this series that Luka Doncic was going to miss 3 out of the first 4 games and you were going to be tied at 2 games apiece coming back to your own building for a pivotal game 5 with an opportunity with 2 of the last 3 possible games in your own building, I would have taken that. And I'm sure a lot of Mavericks fans take that as well. But one thing that they have to do in this game is to get off into a very good start, specifically Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie has struggled in this series with his outside shot. At times has been good getting to the rim, but the lack of consistency from him offensively has been hurtful for this Mavericks team through the first 4 games of this series. He has to have a fantastic game in game number 5 and beyond in this series to give the Mavericks another score, another weapon that not only attacks the rim, but makes the Utah Jazz pay for leaving him wide open. We've seen how this Utah Jazz team has started to make adjustments defensively. You saw some of that in game number 4, having Bogdanović start to pick up full court on guys like Jalen Brunson, Dinwiddie, and others to try and provide some length and bother the guards of Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie for the Dallas Mavericks. Now that Luka Doncic is back, though, he's going to be your primary ball handler and will not have a problem with the physicality and the length of a Bogdanović. For Jalen Brunson, is going to be key for him to remain efficient as he has done so far in this series. Unlike in game number 4, though, where he went 7 of 18, he did still have 23 points, but now he'll be able to create off the dribble, get into the lanes, and finish at the rim the way that he's capable of. How Maxi Kleber also performs in game number 5 is going to be pivotal. You remember in game number 3, Maxi Kleber, Davis Bertans, and Josh Green went a combined 14 of 20 from the field, 11 of 17 from the three-point line. It is imperative that Maxi Kleber not only knock down threes, but stay out of foul trouble. In game number 5, Tony Brothers is one of the referees, and we know how Tony Brothers likes to get down when it comes to the Dallas Mavericks. He was the one that threw out Jason Kidd earlier this year, and we know that he necessarily doesn't feel the antics of Luka Doncic. I expect everyone to be on their P's and Q's going into game number 5, knowing that Tony Brothers is going to be out there officiating this game. But more importantly, the Dallas Mavericks have to quit fouling. You can't put the Utah Jazz on the free throw line 42 times the way that you did in game number 4 and expect them to only hit 60% of their free throws. Yes, I know Rudy Gobert was a big contributor to that, going 9 of 18, but you cannot expect them to have the lack of production at the free throw line the way that they did in game number 4, because if they had hit more than their fair share of free throws, it could have been a much different ball game, and you could have been blown out in game number 4. But now going into this game, the most crucial aspect of them offensively for the Mavericks is the ball movement. I asked Reggie Bullock during his media availability what the ball movement needs to look like, and will that continue to be an emphasis going not into just game 5, but for the rest of this series. Here is what Reggie Bullock told me.
Luka's a great passer. Everyone on his team, just try to get in the right spots for him. But as far as just the ball movement that we've been having going in the first 3 games and in the 4th game, picking it up in the second half with the ball movement, that's something that we focus on. We have shooters on this team that have roles and do different things that are well. Some people drive the ball better than others. So the people that drive the ball is going to kick it to the people that's on the wing and shoot the ball. So it's just all about us just playing together as a unit and just trying to find a comfortable game plan to play at while we're out there playing together.
He's saying, look, we're going to continue to talk about it and emphasize that, and that has to be the emphasis going into Game 5 and beyond. Yes, Luka Doncic with his slow, plodding pace, able to control the pace of a game with his ability to put defenders in jail and his ability to make decisions for his offensive teammates, whether it be Dwight Powell in the pick-and-roll situations or for himself being able to finish in the mid-range or being able to find shooters because decisions have to be made by defenses on how they defend Luka Doncic. I expect a much more explosive, much quicker Luka Doncic now that he's not hampered by the calf injury. It's going to be important for the Mavericks to get off to a good start by knocking down shots, but making the Utah Jazz pay for not getting out on shooters. You saw it in game number 2. They hit 17 uncontested three-pointers, including Maxi Kleber, who hit 7 uncontested three-pointers of his own. They will have open shots. They will dare Josh Green. They will dare Maxi Kleber. They will dare Davis Bertans to knock down shots. It is up to them and Spencer Dinwiddie to make them pay. I asked Jason Kidd about that during his media availability before game number 5, and I asked him during his media availability, how do you feel like Spencer Dinwiddie's been performing so far? Do you feel like you're getting the shots from him that you're looking for? Here's what Jason Kidd told me.
Spencer has kind of struggled a little bit with his shot as the series has gone on. What have you talked to him about, or just it more just getting him in rhythm going into Game 5, or are you liking the looks that he's getting so far in this series?
Yeah, he's getting great looks. He just hasn't made some of them, but we truly every day tell him keep taking those same shots. There's no different than Maxi during the season. Continue. Those are shots you're going to get. We truly believe that these are good for you and for the team, and that you're going to make them. And so, for him to get in the paint and be able to finish, and also shooting the ball from behind the arc, we always believe when he shoots it, it has a great chance of going in.
Jason Kidd saying, look, he's getting the looks that we want him to have. He simply just has not knocked them down. That has to change in game number 5 and beyond. Spencer Dinwiddie can be the difference in this series. His ability to create for himself, get to the bucket, and create foul opportunities and free throws for himself will be key to putting pressure on Utah's defense to get them out of the idea that they believe Spencer Dinwiddie won't make shots and knock down shots when he has the opportunities to. He will have to establish a rhythm early on by attacking Rudy Gobert and trying to get him and Hassan Whiteside into foul trouble. Meanwhile, defensively, the Dallas Mavericks have to guard without fouling. Too many foul calls that they put referees in position to make that has to stop in game number 5. You cannot put these officials in position to make calls to where you're getting the Jazz to the free throw line to the frequency that they were in game number 4. Maxi Kleber, Dwight Powell, among others, have to stay out of foul trouble, have to team rebound in this game, and it's important now because you have your best rebounder back. Luka Doncic had 10 rebounds in game number 4. He's your best defensive rebounder, and it can obviously get things started from an offensive standpoint. The spacing is going to be important in this game for shooters to be available to knock down shots, but more importantly, the scrambling and the communication and the rotations have to be crisp for the Dallas Mavericks to continue to make sure guys like Jordan Clarkson, Donovan Mitchell, who can disappear at times and has done so during the series, they cannot allow a guy in Jordan Clarkson to get off the way that he did in game number 4. When you look at what he did, having the 25 points, it was a plus 18 for the Utah Jazz. He is their key to their bench, and more importantly, Bogdanovic, a guy who's been really good for them offensively, he was able to turn up the defensive intensity in game number 4. I expect the Mavericks, though, to come out with a lot of intensity and a lot of fire in this game because they know that they have a golden opportunity to go back to Utah up 3-2, and more importantly, a chance to close them out on the road. And if you don't, you still get back to your building for a Game 7 on your home floor. And there may be nothing better than seeing Luka Doncic in a Game 7 in his own building. Hopefully, if you're a Mavericks fan, though, it doesn't necessarily come to that. You want them to come out, punch Utah in the mouth. What you don't want to happen is what you saw what happened in game number 5 last year against the Los Angeles Clippers. You had a chance to go up 3-1 in that series. You couldn't do it. You had won the first 2 games in that building in Los Angeles. You have a chance to be able to go up 3-1, and you weren't able to do it. Obviously, the circumstances were different than they were a year ago, but at the same time, you've got to capitalize on the momentum, and you've got to blow them out early. Continue to establish the pace early, continue the momentum throughout the game, and don't allow the Utah Jazz to feel like they can hang around in this game. Because if they do, they feel like they have the confidence already knowing that they've won a game in that building already. Do not, if you're the Mavericks, give the Utah Jazz any kind of hope in this game that they feel like they can win it. If they can, the Dallas Mavericks should walk back to Utah up 3-2 with an opportunity to close them out on Thursday. And if not, they still will have an opportunity, even if they do lose Game 6, to win Game 7 on their floor. Game 5 is pivotal. Whoever wins Game 5, I believe, will win this series. That means that Dallas Mavericks need to handle their business in game number 5 and beyond to move out of the first round and to win a playoff series for the first time since 2011. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Again, be sure to hit that subscribe button right there for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. It's been another episode of Inside the Mavs right here on Kevin Gray Sports. I'll talk to you later. Peace.